Lummy investigates. Lummy speaking. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're on it. Brett, we're back. Oh no, I crushed the can. Hey, what's up, Bubba Army? Lummy here. We are back, season 2. We got a new investigation we need to check on. Is if Romina, Dr. Dan's wife, hates when Bubba does the impersonation. Does Romina hate Bubba? We're going to find out. We're going to dig in deep. We're going to talk to different people. We're going to find out how Dr. Dan's wife feels about Bubba. Let's go. Hey, what's up, Bubba Army? Lummy here. I spoke with Bubba quickly just to kind of get an insight of a couple different questions I had after my interview with Romina, just to see where his thinking Romina's hate is coming from. Do you think Romina hates you?
Yes, I think that she acts like she doesn't hate me because she'll be scared of Dan being mad at her if she really was to give her honest opinion of me. But I think, if you hooked her up to a lie detector test, yes, she really hates me. And she's hot and she's cool and I always stick up for her. Is that hiding my double chin?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you already lost it. You're working out.
Yeah.
Do you think you're a bad influence on Dr. Dan?
Yes.
So you don't think Dr. Dan's a bad influence on you?
No. Dan's great for my brand. I'm not so good for his for his home life, I think. I mean, what's not to like about Dan for me? Now, am I good for Dan? I don't think so.
What do you think pisses Romina off the most that you do or have done?
I don't think necessarily anything I do. I think Dan might tell her other things. I don't think I want to answer that question. Okay?
You do an impression of Romina
Oh,
for us?
Donnie! What? That's what's got us in this whole conundrum in itself, is the impression, oh, Donnie.
Do you think Romina has Stockholm to Dr. Dan?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you think I have a big penis?
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, what's up, Bubba Army? I spoke with a former colleague and family friend of the Diacos. I wanted to get his take on what he thought. So, you know Dr. Dan pretty well.
I know him pretty well, yeah.
What do you think the benefits of being married to Dr. Dan?
Financial security, certainly, and then, not having to really make many decisions or think for yourself has got to be a plus. And giving Danny what he wants, probably another good advantage of being married to Dan.
What do you think? Why do you think Romina married Dr. Dan?
At the time, he was younger and probably a little bit nicer, and he's a good-looking guy. He's a doctor. At the time, he wasn't a lawyer. And he's never hungry because he's always full of himself. So,
what's the rumor around Tampa with Dr. Dan? Maybe with his sexual nature.
Yeah, the rumor is I think he's kind of known as like the Jackrabbit. He's very quickly finished with his business, which is the advantage of being married to him, I guess, is that you don't have to be under him for long periods of time.
It's Bubba that has a bad influence on Dr. Dan, or do you think Dr. Dan has a bad influence on Bubba?
I think that Dr. Dan has a worse influence on Bubba. Dan doesn't have to be encouraged to do any of the things that he does. He is a willful participant. Look at the grease skid he did. Nobody asked him to get on a pogo stick topless. Nobody asked him to get naked and have you pretend to inject him with steroids. I mean, these are all things that Dan creates on his own. Bubba's not needling him for this stuff. So I think Dan's actually bears all of the responsibility for this.
Now, do you think Romina hates Dr. Dan being on the radio?
I think you could have just taken out the being on the radio part, and you've got the correct sentence.
Hey, what's up? Lummy here. So I interviewed Dr. Dan in a remote location away from the house. I felt he would be a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more open with me during this investigation. Let's see how it turned out. Hey, what's up, Bubba Army? We came to a undisclosed location with Dr. Dan. We felt like it was a lot easier for him to speak more openly away from his house, to kind of give some different questions that we have.
The walls have ears.
Thank you, Dr. Dan, for coming. I'm sorry that it is a little chilly today, and
It's okay.
I appreciate you spending your time with us after your big race in Sebring. I'm gonna kind of ask you some of the same questions that I asked your wife, and we'll see. Now, how did you meet?
Met at the
Your wife.
Italian Festival in 2004, 4404. I was looking for an Italian wife without a mustache.
What attracted you to your wife when you first saw her?
She was the only pretty girl there without a mustache.
Oh, that helps. So,
Sure did.
was it easy?
And she had pretty blue eyes, and she was nice, and she was pretty.
No, was it easy to get on your first date?
No, it was almost impossible.
What did you have to do to be allowed to go on a date with her?
Her father wanted no part of her dating me, so I had a mutual friend set up a 6-person date at Armani's, and it was obviously chaperoned by her parents and the neutral third party. The second date was literally 15 of her family members on my boat, right out of The Godfather, and him having to take Apollonia out the first time with the entire family. I mean, I literally had 14 or 15 people on the boat that day.
How much? Do you remember how much that date cost you?
I have no idea.
Did you get a lot of wine?
I got whatever was necessary. It just was, it was inconsequential.
Armani's is a nice restaurant for a first date. You really put it out there. Now, is there anything that your wife has asked for that you may have not, or do you always give everything that that your wife asked for?
Except a set of Diacos that she's been begging me for 10 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why? You just don't want to. You don't want
One of
to.
those things.
so you know.
My only bargaining chip.
So you know she wants a set of Diacos.
Yep.
Now, you pick a movie. How would out of these three would you say describes your sex life? Gone in 60 Seconds, Fast and the Furious, or From Dusk Till Dawn?
I like to think of myself as a Dusk Till Dawn guy
Okay.
with a nap.
With a nap in between. Do you think that you are a bad influence on Bubba, or do you think Bubba is a bad influence on you?
Oh, there's no question I'm the bad influence on him. I've taken him down that dirty path every single time he's gone down that path. It's 100% my fault. Everything he's ever done is my fault.
Now, what do you think of Bubba's impression of O'Donnell?
It's hilarious.
Do you think that your wife does not like it?
She says she likes it.
So you don't mind Bubba just continuing doing it?
He's free to let it rip.
Do you think she likes you doing the radio?
No,
Not at all?
not at all.
Does she listen to 199 or your 198, Dan 198?
I think she's listened a few times, but she listens in the morning.
Who's her favorite character or person on the show?
That's you, Lummy.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
she loves
right.
you.
What about that one? If you were to die Which one of your brothers or your friends would have Romina try to start dating? Like if it was up to you.
I have to say one of my dead friends.
One of your dead friends? Well, I mean, Bubba wanted to be included on there, so would you consider Bubba?
I'd like to see her in a monastery.
Oh, really? Go.
Be a nun. Marry Jesus.
Do you think that your brothers or the family hold meetings behind your back
Absolutely.
to discuss your antics?
Absolutely.
Now, what made you fall for your wife?
I was almost 40. It was that or he labeled as get married or good looking thin guy at 40, single.
Oh, that's a good point too. Now,
So she's my beard.
oh, there you go.
Honestly though, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be able to do as much as I do. And she is very helpful, and she does, a lot of things that she's unappreciated for.
And what do you think pisses her off most about your relationship or your friendship with Bubba?
When I leave her on a second's notice because Bubba needs something. Because I jump for Bubba.
Do you think Romina hates Bubba?
No, she doesn't hate Bubba. She just gets a little bit jealous at the attention and effort I put forth for him.
What's your feelings on Babyface?
Is he still alive?
He survived Corona.
Oh, okay. I love him.
Would you want to do a show with him again?
It's cold in Florida. Did it help freeze?
It might have. He's getting out now.
Yeah, he's getting out of the closet.
Do you have any words for Brian or Babyface? Any positives?
Yeah, he's a nice guy. He's a smart guy. He's a lot of fun. He's a funny guy. He knows when to stay away from me.
What's one thing you want your fans to know about Dr. Dan that they didn't know before?
That I'm just a regular guy. I don't think I'm better than anybody else, and I help everyone like they're my equal. And I treat everyone like they're my equal. Don't I?
Of
Haven't
course.
you seen that though, Bobby?
100%.
Seriously. I mean, I treat everyone with kindness and respect.
You do. I really feel that way too. Thank you, Dr. Dan.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys.
Hey, what's up, Bubba Army? Lummy here. We are outside the Diaco compound. We're going to do a perimeter check before we start making contact with Romina, Dr. Dan Diaco's wife, so we could try to get an interview with her. You know what? I don't know what's going to happen if we're going to find out that Dr. Dan is the bad influence on Bubba, or Bubba is the bad influence on Dr. Dan, or if Romina hates Bubba, or doesn't like when Bubba does the Donnie, whatever you want to say. But guess what? We are going to find out. Lummy investigates. Let's go. Rhett, what's up? Hey, let's go get that interview. I got my chopper keeper here with all the notes. Let's hope Dr. Dan, gave her the A-OK. I mean, I do look kind of weird walking up in this kind of neighborhood like I am. Hello, it's Lummy from the Bubba Show. Dr. Dan said I was allowed to interview you about the show.
Oh, Donnie, Mommy's here.
Hey, what's up? It's Lummy here. I am with
Romina.
Diaco.
Hello.
So where's your first date then?
Our first date was at Armani's.
Oh, okay.
Armani's. That's where we had our first date.
That's a nice first date.
It is. It was very nice. And then our second date, we went out on his boat, and he brought the whole family with us. His brothers, wives, kids, grandparents. I mean, it was all of us. So after that, I think, my parents got to know him a little bit, and they felt more comfortable. So after that, we were able to, start dating on our own. But it took a minute, I have to say that it took a couple months for us to
kind of be able to go up by yourself.
Exactly, yes.
What made you fall for Dr. Dan?
Like when I first met him, you mean?
Yeah,
Back
like
then?
what made you want to go on a date with him? Like, you know, when he kept pursuing and he did ask for your number, like what made you want to give him your number?
Well, I just thought it was interesting, you know, how his mom taught me in school, and he always talked about, you know, she always talked about in school about her 3 sons, and you know, I've never had the opportunity to meet him, and when I met Dan at the festival, you know, it was, you know, I just thought I would give it a try since I know he's coming, you know, he came from a good family, and his mom was always very sweet, and she was one of my favorite teachers actually. So, and you know, since he was older than me and he had his life pretty much put together at the time, he had his job and he had already finished school, so, and you know, he just seemed like he was a smart guy, and I thought I would just go for it and give it a try.
Also, I know you may not be able to be audible about this, but blink SOS if you need help. Are you held captive? Does Dr. Dan let you leave? I'm certified in human, you know, trafficking and different things, so I just want to make sure you're okay. Do you need a wink or anything? I'm gonna say that's a no. Obviously, the big thing is then Bubba. Now, when Bubba does the impression of you, when he goes, "Oh, Donnie, Donnie," Bubba is obviously saying that he's putting you over. Like, how do you take that?
I honestly think it's very funny. Every time I hear, you know, when I do hear the radio and I hear you guys on there and he's imitating me, I start laughing. I think it's funny. I mean, it doesn't bother me at all.
Now, has he ever done any like procedures on you?
No, not yet. I've been asking him to, but no, he keeps putting it off, or, you know, he is always coming up with an excuse, but one day I would love to have a set of Diacos. I mean, it's about time. It's about time, you know? I'm his wife.
I mean, shouldn't the
I'm his
Diaco
wife.
have the Diacos on the Diaco? Isn't that how it works?
Yeah, that's what I say.
Have you ever dated someone that was larger endowed than Dr. Dan?
No, I have not.
Because Dr. Dan obviously is very, you know, he's...
Yeah. He's...
So the rumor's true then?
It is. It's very true.
Out of these movies, what type of movie describes your sex life? Gone in 60 Seconds, Fast and Furious, From Dusk Till Dawn.
Maybe Fast and Furious. Sorry, Dan. I don't hate you, Bubba. I think you're pretty funny and entertaining on the radio. I love listening to you guys. Oh, Donnie.
Hey, what's up, Bubba Army? So during this whole entire thing, I think that we've kind of seen the Romina and Bubba whole heat is closed. I'm gonna say case closed on that. I think we figured it out. I think we're good to go. I do think there's a lot more to dive into with the whole Diaco family. We'll see what happens there. I'm gonna leave that case open. Let me out.